So, but I want to shift gears a little bit. Not really shifting gears, still on the same. I guess the same. We're gonna talk about like today on this episode. I really want to talk more about women, kind of like women empowerment and stuff like that. So, have you seen like people dogging Cam Newton about what he said about like women and stuff? Or
No,
what
what did he even say?
like what he want his women to be like?
What did he say he wanted his woman to be like?
Now he was on a podcast just a few weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
$1 million worth game or something like that. They were talking about women. He was talking about like bad bees versus women. He wasn't necessarily like talking about every woman in general. He was separating, distincting like what a bad bee is and what a woman is. But you know how people are. They chopped the footage and made it, blow up what it did have to be. But he said like, you know, he was like a bad bee say they all this, they all that, like, they talk it, they think they supposed to look like this and look like that. But he was like, sometimes you gotta know when to like shut up. Like, or he didn't say shut up, but he was like, you need to know when to be quiet, or can you cook? Like, but he wasn't saying that's all the women, offers. But that's what kind of some women heard. I guess you can say that's what the bad bees heard. But what he was saying was, what can you offer more than looks? Like, can you know what I'm saying? Like, in his situation, it's Cam Newton. Obviously, he wants a woman to cook, be quiet, let him lead, basically. Let him lead the household. That's Cam Newton. He grew up off of those traditions and stuff like that. But he wasn't necessarily saying like, all women need to be quiet and this and that and third. He wasn't saying that. He was just saying like, bad bees, you have to offer more than your looks and what you know what I'm saying, and sex and all that stuff. He was just saying like, do you have any, like, women have other things to offer other than looks and sex and stuff like that. But what do you think about it? Like, how you think about that situation? Because I mean, a lot of women has came out, like, I'm talking about videos, reactions to it, dogging him, social media. Like, he darn near canceled off of what he said, but it's taken out of context, But like, how you feel about it?
I haven't seen the video or the full video, but just based off of what you told me he said, I don't really have a problem with what he's saying, because I agree based off what you said that he said. Because if you want to be a bad bee and you trying to, I guess, cuff a man, like really get a man, and all you have to offer is sex and looks, and you don't really have anything else going for yourself, of course he's not really going to take you seriously, because there are other women who can offer more than what you can offer. There are other women who look really good, carry themselves a certain way, know how to please their man sexually, and have other accolades too. So, and if this man thinks that he wants more than just a bad bee who just offers those two things of looking good or having like good sex, obviously he might want to go for the woman who has those two things and then some. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't really think that is, a bad thing to want. I don't think that if that's what he was saying, I don't disagree with him.
Yeah, like, if you get a chance to like just watch I don't want to say just watch like the whole part of it, because you can tell like somebody that took a snippet of like what he said, so people can take it out of context instead of them like posting the whole conversation or whatever. But yeah, I was just curious about that, because I'm just like, if they were listening, if the women that was like reacting and dogging him were listening, it's just like he's not saying that all women should, you know what I'm saying, all women should cook and be quiet and stuff like that. Obviously, we have to put into perspective. This is him talking, like this is his you know what I'm saying? This is his scenario of what a woman should do in his situation, basically. So like this is his preference. It's not him putting it on other people. This is, you know, this is what Cam like. That's what he like. So if you don't like it, don't go around that man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be around him. But I just thought that was funny because it was just like, dang, people are really dogging this man and just like not really getting the whole context of what he's saying. They just went off of, they heard like women and then took it on, like just took it and ran with it. But that was crazy.
I heard this thing so we can stay on topic about like
Right.
women and men and relationships. How can I articulate this the most accurate way? Let me just give my opinion.
Right.
From a historical point of view, even from like a religious point of view, I guess you could say both. Even in the Bible, it says like the man should lead the household. Even in Genesis, you remember after Eve ate the fruit and Adam ate the fruit. Yeah. A lot of people just say Eve's punishment was she just had pain during childbirth. Right. People like ended at that. That's not the end of her punishment. The end of her punishment, she had two punishments basically. Right. Maximize pain during childbirth, and then her second punishment was her only desire would be for her husband, and he shall rule over you. Right. That when you say somebody should rule over you, that doesn't necessarily mean you're equals in a sense of, you know, how people socialize. You know what I mean? Right. Right. I guess equal in like you can be equals in like how God loves you. He loves both men and women the same. But are men and women socially equal according to that punishment God gave her? No, they're not socially. Like if you had like a social like pyramid, like who's above who, like no. Even in like society historically, women didn't have certain rights to do certain things. You know what I mean? Right. So a lot of the times women would have to put themselves in a situation to shut up and let men lead because women weren't even financially or economically able to sustain their own selves. Like they couldn't own a car, they couldn't own property, they couldn't own their own bank account. And even if they get a job, the pay between men and women were very unequal. So you see, it's like if you were a woman back in the day, and if you wanted to live a quote unquote comfortable life, a lot of women's goals, and I feel like this is where gold digging comes from. A lot of women would want to marry up in social economic status rank, so they would go for a man like that in order to please him. And for anybody, if you want to please anybody, majority of the time, you're going to want to give them what they want. You're going to let them have control. Anytime you state your own opinion or trying to put your own little 2 cents in, if they don't agree with you, there's going to be argument. There's going to be pushback. And whenever you have pushback from somebody, they might not necessarily, especially if they hold like money over you or power over you, they might not necessarily give you what you want or what you desire. So a lot of women will marry up in rank and just be basically, I guess, a trophy, kind of like I'm here for you, I serve you, I do this for you, that for you. Because first of all, they don't even have the economic means really or opportunity to sustain for their own selves. So in order to get what they want, they're going to have to please this man to give them what they want. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. For why would this man that has all this money, this, social, I guess, not rank, but I guess you could say social rank. Why would he want to choose you out of all the million of girls he can choose from?
Right.
You gotta make his life as easy as possible. No talk back. Do what he says. Because as soon as you out of line, he's going to the next woman who will.
Right.
But now times has changed. Now I'm switching
Yeah.
from religion to like
Modern.
actual times.
Yeah,
Like
modern.
now, women can have just as many or even the same accolades that a man can have. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's like women can have their own jobs. Women can get paid just as much as a man can. Women are having more opportunities just as equal or even, just as equal as a man can. And now, for all these years in the past, men had this soapbox to stand on. Now the years are turning and turning and turning. Now women are getting their own soapbox to stand on. Why would a woman want to get rid of or submit her own pride like her great-great-great-grandmother had to do in the past when she can provide for her own self? She doesn't have to depend on a man to provide for her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, why would I? And I feel like that's that mentality that like a lot of men don't like women to have, because it's harder to control somebody. It's harder for somebody to submit to you when you don't really have any type of power over them. When you're equal to somebody, it's harder to make somebody to submit. Same thing with slavery. Once Black people started getting rights, it made it harder and harder and harder for white people to control Black people. I see a lot of similarities between like power dynamic or the power struggle between Black and white people and women and men. And that's why I saw this other podcast. It was this guy. He was like, why would I want a woman who makes a lot of money? That's not attractive to me.
Why not?
Because like I said, if a woman has a lot of money, has a lot of accolades going for herself, why would she choose you as a man? Like that, I feel like the whole thing of men being able to, like in the past, men were the breadwinners. Men were the people who could bring most of the money in. Men were the people who could provide for you a house, provide for you a car, because women didn't have those rights to do that. Or it wasn't easy for a woman to do that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he's thinking like, you can do all of that for yourself. How am I going to be able to control you? How am I going to be able to? It's like, you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, you're a child, right? And you have parents. Parents have some type of control over you. They provide for you to put food on your table,
Yeah.
If let's say I wanted something from my parents. You know how some kids be like, hey mom, hey dad, I've been really good. I made up my bed.
Yeah.
We haven't fought. You see, it's like, because children that don't have that much power compared to their parents, and if they want something from their parents, they're going to act a certain way. They're going to be on their best behavior. That's what a lot of women were doing back in the day. They were on their best behavior to keep this man that can provide for them. Now, when a kid grows up and gets money, and like, when they're a teenager, they have a little job or something, they get a little uppity. Like, I don't really need my parents. That's when they become like very combative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have power now. I don't really need to kiss up to my parents anymore. If I wanted to, I could just move out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, dang, bro. But do you think like, I don't think this ever gonna like be ceased. I don't think this ever gonna be ceased, bro. Because
it's not.
It's always gonna be man against woman, no matter like what. It seemed like it's always gonna be that.
If I'm telling you, men, if you want to get rid, I'm not saying this is right, but men, if you want to get rid of this hot girl mentality or all this city girl mentality or this, I could buy me a Birkin mentality, and a lot of women start taking away their rights. I'm telling you, start taking away their opportunities. I'm telling you, as soon as you do that, a lot of women are gonna hate it. But if you're gonna be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm a man, I have the power, you can't do all this anymore, there's gonna be a lot of women kissing men's behinds. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a lot of pushback because it's like, let's say when I was younger, I've never had a toy before, right? I've never had a toy. As soon as you give me a toy, oh, I'm excited. I can do, I have my own toy. But if you take that toy back from me, yeah, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be upset. But once I realize you're never gonna give me that toy back, I'm gonna start begging you. I'm gonna start being nice to you. I'm telling you, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And that like sucks, bro. Like, where the love at, bro? Where the love at, bro?
That's my theory. That's my theory.
Yeah. I was like, where the love? Like, it's kind of like, dang. So who, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it is some people out there that don't care about that, but like, dang, it's very rare, bro. It's very rare. Now you got some women claiming they bad bees and all this. They don't got nothing but, you know what I'm saying, kind of putting a man down if he don't have anything. Like, and even vice versa, like if a woman don't, some dudes, like if a woman don't have nothing going for herself like that, you know what I'm saying, they dogging. Like, it's kind of like, dang, like, why? Because say if like, okay, a woman that don't have nothing, right? If this man don't have nothing, I've been hearing like crazy things, like, bro, like if a man don't make like $100,000, he broke. Like, I done heard stuff like that. I'm just looking like, how, Sway? Like, come on. Like, where's you getting this from? Like, are you making more than that? Like, I can see if she making more than that. Like, if you making an M and you know what I'm saying, that's nothing to you basically. Like, but if you ain't making nothing, if you got the same bank account he got that got 0.000 in it, no money, and you talking about he broke, he this, he that, like, how can you say something y'all on the same level? But then even vice versa, like with men and some women, like I don't get some men that be like, oh, I don't want a woman that got like I don't want a woman that got a lot of money, whoopty whoop. But I'm just like, why not? Like, that's just me.
It's a start making her less dependent on you.
But that's just me though. Like, I don't want my wife to be dependent on me, if that makes sense. Like, I want her to depend on me for a certain, like, a extent, like for security, for like, you know what I'm saying, like somewhere to she can be comfortable with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on that part, like the emotional side, like, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual side, like she can be dependent on me for that. Like, she can come to me, talk to me about everything. Now, if I do have to, you know what I'm saying, if she do depend on me, or it comes a time where she needs me for something and it's money related, obviously I can take care of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in a position to take care of that. But I wouldn't want her to be in a situation like, I make all the money, you can't do nothing, everything revolves around me. That don't make sense. Because now I feel like now you're stripping her from, you know what I'm saying, being a woman, like, I don't know, that's just me though. Like, I feel like that whole dynamic of just men gotta be superior, like men gotta have all the money with you, like, bro, no. Like, because now you put more stress on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, men are hunters and gatherers, okay, you know what I'm saying? And women are nurturers and stuff. But obviously the times have changed where women have become more independent. Obviously, it's still not on that level of men. You know what I'm saying? It's not on that pecking order of men, because it's still a lot of stuff going on where women not getting the same pay and stuff like that due to just whatever. But I'm looking at it as, why would you want a woman to be fully dependent on you? Because when something happens, like I don't want to put that on nobody. I wouldn't want to put that on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I would feel like I have, you know, the ability to make anything happen. But like, just say if you have a drought this week, or you know what I'm saying, you can't make some meat this week. because something happened, your account down, whatever the case may be, and it won't be up for a week. If you the only one got money, that whole system is shut down.
She leaving you.
Exactly. Soon as she see that shut down, because it at that point is not for the love, it's for money. Because obviously she like, okay, he got money, I can be secure with him. I won't have to worry about nothing. But as soon as that go down, like as soon as that switch flip, man, she gonna leave. Like, oh, you can't pay for this. What happened? Why? And then, dang, you know what I'm saying? Instead of y'all being on either the same amount, or she got a little bit more, or you got a little bit more, but y'all don't need each other for, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't need each other for money or nothing like that. And y'all in the same pecking order, same all that stuff. Y'all got y'all own. I feel like that opens up the door for more like genuine love and genuine like just, you know what I'm saying, just genuine. Because like I don't know, bro. That don't suck, bro. Like just it just ingenuine how like it gotta be one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a woman, you got all this money, I don't want you because you got too much power or whatever. Like what, bro?
Yeah, I know. I think I saw this other podcast. It was like these guys was talking about like how you want your woman to be like submissive to you, but you still want her to go out and like make money and stuff. That's confusing. That's going to confuse her. Like this is what he was saying. He said it's going to confuse her because now you want her to be feminine and submissive, but then you also want her to simultaneously go out and be masculine and make money. Like you asking too much of her. That's what he was saying.
That sounds retarded. That's ridiculous. Like I don't know, bro. Like is my mindset just different, bro? Like I don't know. Like
I just
am I weird? Like, cause
I think it's because like I think when we look at people, when we look at human beings, we don't look at people because of their money, and we don't look at people because we want to control them. We don't really necessarily look at people be like, I want you to submit to me. Nor do I look at somebody and be like, I want you to be my personal bank account so I can leech off of you. Right. I think that's why we can't really see completely 100% the point of view of you know, these arguments on behalf of women and men. Me personally, if you are a woman and you just looking at a man, like when you made that statement, if he makes less than 100,000 a year, he broke. I mean, like that kind of make it seem like you a gold digger. You looking for somebody to make more than that?
Right.
I mean, I understand like being with somebody that's financially stable in a way because you don't really want to take care of them. But in the same way, I wouldn't want somebody to make a whole bunch of money and try to hold that over my head and as a reason why they should control me or or I should be submissive to them just because they have all this money or they can do whatever they want in this relationship just because they have all this money and they pay for everything. Like that's not, I think it's because like I have a true and innate desire to be, I guess you can call this masculine, but I have like an innate desire to be like sort of independent. Like right. I understand this male point of view, like you take pride in making your own money and going out and getting it from the mud and experiencing a journey to call something your own. Like right. I made this, I built this. You know what I'm saying? All this money I made, you know, this career that I have, this was me.
Yeah.
I understand, like me, like I feel like that's a beautiful thing. That whole entire journey, I would take that rather than just dating somebody that has a whole bunch of money and I don't have to like raise a hand or foot.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because like to me, that makes you seem like a gold digger if you do that. I don't want to have that title.
Yeah.
I have more respect for somebody who works for something versus somebody who just lets somebody give it to them. Because the person who worked for it has more experience. They're stronger than the other person who didn't do anything. Yeah. It's kind of like that's why I feel like a lot of people have animosity towards people that were born into wealth. You know, you have some people that like grinded for their money, or kind of just middle class, versus people who was born into wealth. It's like You didn't work for anything.
Yeah.
That's why I don't really have respect for you. But you're gonna have a hell lot more respect for somebody who actually worked to get to where they are.
Yeah. I look at it like that because like I mean the respect, like I respect everybody, like you know what I'm saying? You have to respect everybody. I feel like even like the janitor down to the janitors, right? Because
Right.
that person taking that role so you won't take a loss basically because you're not in that predicament. That person has taken, that person's taking that role, that situation, and they're doing that as a career so you won't, just so you wouldn't have to. I look at it like that, so I try to respect everybody that come across my face. But like, man, bro, it's terrible. Like, I want to bring up like something my teacher said. Like, my literature teacher, he um he gave us like this predicament or the situation. He was like, say if there was something, a rule that went on, right? And he was like, say if like you couldn't work, like he was talking to the dudes. He was like, say if you couldn't work no more, and like he was like, just say if something happened and you can't work, and in order for y'all to make money, like either you work and your wife had to stay home, or like it was something along those lines, or like you have to stay home and your wife had to work and you have to take care of the kids or something, and your wife make more, like what I'm saying, your wife make more than you if you would have worked, right? And like he was like, so what would you do? Would you like take your wife working and making more than you, or making a bigger sum than what you would have if you would have worked and her stay home? I was just like, I was like, my wife can go to work. I was like, if she making like 500K, and like it's either or, like, and I would have had, like, I would have went, if I would have went to work, I would have made 60K. Like that's just common sense, bro. Like go out and work, like, and I got to take care of the kids, okay. But in the sense, like, I'm not looking at it as like, oh man, like I'm powerless, like I can't do nothing, like, dang. It's just like, bro, like find something to do around the house. Like, obviously you got kids, take care of the kids, make sure they doing what they got to do, their homework, whatever the case, if they old enough to do homework, or if they just super young, like, just have fun with your kids, like, and then like make sure the house clean, like mop the floor and stuff like that, like cook some food for your wife to get home, stuff like that, like. But for some reason, bro, it's just like dudes, like, if a dude say that, like he weak or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and it was a predicament where like he said his last class that he had before us was like, if a man did that, like he weak or whatever, but like it's just like, no, like that makes sense to me. If you chose with ultimatum, okay, only one of y'all have to work. If you work, you're gonna make 70K a year. But if your wife work, she can make possibly 500K to a meal. So you just gonna be like, nah, I want to work. You know what I'm saying? 70K, we'll get it done. Like, what? And you struggling, bro? You struggling? Like, okay, babe, go ahead, go to work. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm not gonna sit at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the dude to just sit at home and do nothing. Obviously, I'm gonna try to do something, figure something out. Like, but obviously, I'm gonna make sure, like, once my significant other get home, I'm gonna make sure they're taken care of because they're the breadwinner, right?
Right.
So I'm just going like, and I feel like that's just not a woman thing. Like, bro, if your woman going out to work, bro, okay, bro, rub her feet, bro. Like, she ain't gotta rub yours. Like, rub her feet when she get home. Like, cook her some food, bro. Even if it's some ramen noodles, bro, cook her something, bro. Like, just do something. Like, but men got this mentality of, I can't do that. That's soft. Like, no, it's not, bro. If you had a day off, bro.
Want to know what's crazy? Who is telling these men that that's soft? It's not women telling them that. it's other men.
And that's the
I mean,
thing, bro.
there are women that look at a guy like doing something like, oh, that's kind of feminine. Like, I don't know a lot of women. Like, I feel like if a woman like met a guy and he knew how to cook, and he'd be like, babe, let me cook for you. I know I like to eat. I ain't turning that down.
Right, right, like,
I ain't turning that down.
right.
You know what I mean? But I feel like it's a lot of men. Let me tell you this thing I heard on TikTok.
Right.
It was like a lot of the things that men men, how do I put this? Men don't really like women. They just like having sex with female anatomy. They don't really like anything.
Yeah.
Like from a young age, men have been taught like anything feminine, like that's like a no-go.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just really put up with women for like to have sex with the female anatomy. Like, cause this girl, she was like, guys aren't really taught to be in tune with their emotions or like
Right.
be okay with expression, like crying or something.
Right.
I know. I completely understand. Like, I have a little brother, and how my dad raised me versus my brother, like how we handle emotions was totally different. You know what I mean? Like, my
Yeah.
brother do something, cry, be like, "You a man, you a boy, you ain't
Yeah.
supposed to cry," da da da, stuff like that. So my brother is being indoctrinated with that kind of mindset as we speak.
Right.
But there was like, so being in tune with your emotions and being okay with your emotions is something that has been taught by men to other men, and like telling them like that's not okay. And like, cause this girl was like, have you ever seen a man cry and then get mad at himself for crying? Like, I've seen that before. Like, I've seen a guy like
Really? That's
cry,
crazy.
but then I guess he recognized that crying is like a sign of weakness, and then he
Right.
got upset because he was crying.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
That's crazy.
that's kind
Bro.
of
That's
weird.
psycho.
That's kind of,
psycho.
yeah.
Like, that's weird, bro. Like that stuff like that. Like, but like, it's weird because if they would think about it, some women like that, like dudes to cry. Like, my teacher, bro, we always talk about, like, for some reason we always come up with just men versus women topics in our class. So like, we always talk about it, and he was just like, girls, he was like, he asked the girls, would y'all like be okay if a man cried in front of y'all? And like every girl said yes. And he was like, I'm curious. He was like, I'm curious why. He was like, why? Because like how men grow up, he was like, we're told not to tap into our emotions. Like, that's
That's men. That's
yeah,
men putting that on other guys. Like, that's
yeah,
men. That's a man problem. That's a
right,
man indoctrinated thing. Like,
right,
women aren't telling men not to cry. We're telling you it's okay, and men
right,
are like, no, I can't cry because my dad or my uncle told me I can't. Like, that's not.
right. And it was weird, but I'm looking like, I'm explain my situation later, but like, I'm looking like, okay, I'm just like, I didn't think it was weird. I'm like, okay, like, I'm just looking at okay. And then he was like, why? And they was just like, because it just, shows me that he has like some type of like feeling, like he's willing to open up basically and stuff like that. But they was like, he was like, okay, let's say if he started, what I'm saying, like if he cried all the time, and they was like, nah, that's not attractive or whatever.
No,
Which
I don't
is
even like it
understanding.
when
Yeah.
women. I don't even like it when women cry all the time.
Right.
Like, dang, you.
Right.
Can you shut up? Like, I don't care what
Right.
gender you are. You a crybaby, you a crybaby, point blank, period. I don't care if you have two X chromosomes or an X and a Y chromosome. I just don't want to be around you when you're crying with snot bubbles every 5 minutes. I can't do it.
Right, man. So I'm like, dang, bro. But like, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason, men take that as like you said, like, hearing from other men, it's just like, I can't cry. You know what I'm saying? I can't cry for nobody. Like, I'm tough, like whatever. Cool, like, cool. But it's gonna be a time where you gotta open up to your, you know what I'm saying? Open up to your women. Like, so you just gonna beat yourself up because like you know what I'm saying? Something happened that you can't, you know what I'm saying? That's an emotional thing, and you can't handle, like, you know what I'm saying? And you can't handle not crying. Like, but that was crazy to me. But like me, I was raised by it. women, bro. So my situation is different. Like my situation is like, bro, treat these women like this. It was more of like how to treat women. It was kind of like the blueprint of how to treat women because I was like raised by women, so they just showed me the blueprint. This how you treat a woman. This how you supposed to do this. This how you supposed to do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And handle your business. Like it went on no, you know, because some people like some men taking it like being raised by like women are like, you know what I'm saying, that man is like weaker and more feminine. Like it's more of like depending on that household. But for me, it was like they taught me like how women, you know, how women move and stuff like that. But at the same time, they was just like, you still gotta handle your business as a man. But it wasn't like, you know, also you gotta be tough type stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It was just like handle your business accordingly. Make sure you do whoop de whoop, like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, get you a job, go to college, get you a job, whoop de whoop, you know what I'm saying? Set me up to, you know, to be independent of myself. But it was just like handle your business. If you get a woman, this how you treat them. This how you treat everybody. It was, I don't know, bro. I guess if I was raised by men, it'd be different, bro. But like me personally, like it's just, yo, like just handle your business how you need it. Like, bro, if you gotta cry, bro, cry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, bro, take the whole week and cry every single day. But like, if you need a moment or two, like to cry, let it out, bro, let it out. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
you
That's
know what
it.
I feel like was the biggest lie. Like this movie was like the biggest lie of mankind was the movie Coming to America. Both of them, the first one and the second one, because in both movies, the two guys in the movie, the main characters, wanted a woman that had her own mind, had her own goals, had like, cause you remember in Coming to America when Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
he was like his dad, like, so Eddie Murphy, he was like a prince. And his dad was like, we have all these women for you. We picked the woman out for you. She has been trained, I guess, since she was from birth, or like from when she was a child, to learn how to be married to a king or married to a prince or something like that. And remember when she met him, he was like, what do you like? And she was like, I like whatever you like.
Bro, I hated that, bro.
And she was like, and he was like, you gonna do anything I say? And he was like, yeah. And she was like, yes. And he was like, hop on one leg and bark like a dog. And I kid you not, she was hopping on one and barked the whole time.
She did the exact thing
And
he said.
that is a lie. Like me looking at all these podcasts of all these men, this is not what men want. Prince Hakeem, the one, you know, Eddie Murphy, Prince Hakeem, he was just like the one in a million guy that actually wanted, like, he went out of his way. He ran away from Africa to New York to find a woman who had her own dreams and aspirations and had her own voice and would, you know, like, wouldn't just do what he said and wouldn't just let him lead just because he has a penis. You know what I mean? Like, even though he had all this, I guess even she didn't know that he was a prince, and she didn't know that he had all this money. She just knew him as a dude that worked at McDowell's, which is like a knockoff McDonald's. And I guess you can say, somebody can make the argument, the reason why she was like that was because, you know, wasn't really letting him push her over and just like, you got to do whatever I say, is because he worked at McDowell's. But at the time, she was dating a guy that already came from money. I mean, he wasn't a prince, but he was born into wealth. Like, his dad, like, made, like, perm, like, created a perm, like, the Soul Glow thing. The Soul Glow. Like, he was born, that boy was born into wealth.
Yeah.
And even, like, with him having money and stuff, she still had this personality of not letting you walk over me just because you have money. So even when she finds out, or when she found out he was a literal prince, and she would become a queen one day, you know, because, like, you know, they got married and stuff like that. Even when she found that out, I'm pretty sure she still, when you know, watch the second movie, she still had this, you know, you're not finna push me over. You're not just
Yeah,
gonna rule over me just because you're a prince or just because you have money. I
right,
feel like this, and he wanted that. Like he desired to have a
right.
woman like, and I think that is like the biggest lie. Like, don't what? I mean, just I'm just looking at what these podcasts and all these men saying that
Yeah,
women should be submissive, and I don't want a woman who makes a lot of money. I'm like, y'all must not. You and Eddie Murphy must not see eye
right,
to eye
bro.
on it, like anything when it comes to relationships.
But I don't think you want it. Like, if we being real, bro, you don't want nobody to just do everything you say,
They do.
cause it's weird, bro. Like
I think that's weird, but
everything I say, you gotta do. Like, bro, that
that's when they
mean,
that's what they mean when they say you gotta let me lead. Let me lead.
no, like,
Let me lead.
go do you for these 2 hours, 3 hours. I'ma do me. If we had kids at the time, the kids gonna be with grandparents, and we just gonna have guys night out, girls night out, because it takes that, bro. Like, you don't want nobody, because obviously, look, bro, these men that so-called want this submissive women gonna want to go out on their own, but this woman gotta be around you 24/7 so she'll know what to do, right? So like, you want her to, you know what I'm saying, you want her to follow everything you say, whatever, whoop-de-whoop, but you get to go out with, you know, your homies and Jerome them. You get to go out with them,
I mean, I
but
don't think
she gotta stay propped up at the house, whatever. Like, that don't make
I don't
sense, bro.
I think everybody has there's always going to be a personality type that's completely opposite from yours, and it's going to mesh together perfectly. If you're the type of guy that just wants a woman to let you lead, you're going to have to find a woman that's already naturally submissive, like just lazy, don't
Yeah,
care about trying to pull her own
yeah,
weight, always just depending on you to lead for everything. That's a woman out here like that for you.
that's
my
hard to
thing is
find.
you can't my thing is you can't turn a woman into something like that. I mean, you probably can, but it's gonna be hard to. It might be easier for you to just find a woman that's already like that versus trying to turn a woman into something like that. Because if you trying to deal with a strong-minded woman and a woman who already has stuff going for herself, and you already trying to make her revert back to submission
Yeah,
or like not having a, you know what I'm saying, it might be a little bit harder to do, especially if she takes pride. If she
yeah,
takes pride in what she does,
yeah.
it takes pride of having the ability to go out and do what she want and
But
buy whatever she want,
she gonna
it's
kick
gonna
you to
be
the curb, bro.
right.
But
But
like,
I feel like at the
man,
end of the day, I think you mad weird if you just want to like control somebody.
it's
And
mad weird, bro.
also on the woman aspect, I think you mad weird if you just want somebody to do everything for you.
For real, bro.
Like
Get a
both of y'all
Sims.
mad weird.
Get a Sims game, bro.
Like
Chill.
you don't want a job. Like you don't want to. I'm not saying you have to work like all of your life. Like, but you
Yeah,
don't want
yeah.
to make your own money. Like that don't make you feel kind of good.
Uh,
Like I got something for myself. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
you don't wanna make your own income. Like, you ain't gotta ask nobody for nothing, bro.
Right, just in case if something happened. What if he died? What you gonna do then? You just stuck and broke. What you
Right?
gonna do? You gonna have to find somebody else.
And that's what I mean, bro. They gonna, and that's what happened with them gold diggers and leechers, bro. They gonna hop off, go to the next one. But it's just like, yo, I think nowadays it's easier to catch because it's just like, bro, like, somebody can expose this person, you know what I'm saying? Expose this person to this, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? A young man that like was genuine, that had probably had money, you know what I'm saying? That was genuine about how he felt about a girl, but all she wanted is the money. He can blast you all on, you know what I'm saying, social media, be like, she for the streets, whoop de whoop, don't date her, yada yada yada. She, you know what I'm saying, all she gonna do is take your money. But I don't know, like, I'm just that type of person. Like, you gotta, I feel like you gotta read into these things before, like, you know what I'm saying, before, cause like, just, I think people that don't really read into it and just be thirsty to have somebody or be just quick to grab somebody, it's just like, bro, they don't be reading the signs. Like, bro, this the 10th date y'all done went on and she ain't paid for one of them, bro.
Right. Like, don't you feel like she using you?
And like,
I feel
bro,
like you remember that saying was like a guy can date a woman that doesn't have anything, but a
right,
girl won't even look at a man who has nothing. Like women only look at men who has
right,
something going for himself. Like, I see both of them things as problematic. Like, first of all, I understand you want to look at somebody who has something. They don't even really have anything, but if you can see they have the hard work and determination to get to where they're going,
right,
like that, you see what I'm saying? They put in effort, like some real, true, genuine effort. As if they keep continuously putting in effort, something gonna shake, something gonna happen.
right.
You see what I'm saying? But then if you just settle for going with a woman that has nothing,
And
like
don't want nothing.
raise your standards. You
Right.
are a king
Hey, come on,
who deserves to have a
come on,
queen,
come on.
a queen next to you.
For
I
real.
feel like I feel like I just think it's more powerful when you have two people who are about their business
Right.
and both people that can produce. Like, let's say you making 200K, 200,000 dollars a year, but she ain't really making squat.
Right.
Let's say she makes like 70. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. But if both of y'all pulling 200K, y'all both, that's more money for both of y'all.
Right.
Like that's more trips, more
Right.
expensive trip. That's more,
Bro.
like both
It's
of
just
y'all need to
like,
raise y'all standards. And
right.
it's like, and I think it's crazy if a woman says, "Oh, he gotta have so and so amount of money." Baby girl, do you? Let me look at your resume.
Right. A Birkin. You better borrow. You
You
better
a
go
Birkin? Do you
somewhere.
have Birkin money? You
For
barely
real.
have money for McDonald's. What you mean you want?
You want a Birkin. A Birkin. Well, you
Bro,
better go to Burger King. I don't know. No Birkin. But a 20, bro. Who is paying for a purse, bro? That's a car. Who paying for a purse that's a car? Who would want a purse that's a car? Huh?
I mean,
You got
there's nothing wrong with like trying to spoil
you got
your
rob
person,
me
but
all on your arm.
I don't think it's bad to spoil the person you with, but I think it's bad when it's like one-sided. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like if it's true, genuine love, y'all both would want to spoil each other. Like that situation you said
Yeah.
about,
Back and
do
forth.
the guy want to go to work or does the girl want to go to work? I feel like if two people loved each other genuinely, both of them will be like, "Babe, sit down, I got you."
Right.
But if you have one person that's kind of like, "I don't want to
No.
do nothing," that should be a red flag.
Right, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's just, it's really just, come on. You gotta read into that. Like, that's why I say, bro. Like, people are so easy to just hop into a relationship, like, without, bro, taking that time, like that talking stage, bro. Like, to just be like, you know what I'm saying, just to vibe with that person. Like, hey, get a couple of dates in. You know what I'm saying, like, see what they move is. Like, if y'all go out, like, it's, you know what I'm saying, you paid the first time. Is she gonna pay the second time? Is she gonna offer? If she offers and be like, I got it, chill. Like, if she do that, like, you got a real one, bro. But if she just like let you pay it, cool. Like, okay, the second day, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying. But if it happen around a third date and she still like, you know what I'm saying, and like it could be something simple like going out for coffee. If she ain't just being like, I got the coffee today, it be small things. Like, you gotta look for the small things because those small things turn into big things later on.
I'm just saying, guys, y'all deserve to be spoiled. That's all I'm saying. Get you a girl that can spoil you. And I'm just not just talking about like just sex.
For real.
You deserve to be spoiled. I feel
Right.
like you guys are selling yourself so like, I gotta take care of everything. A person who truly loves you will want to take care of you too. Like,
Right.
y'all don't understand that. Like,
And
a
women,
person who
bro.
truly loves you would want to provide for you in
Right.
in any way they can.
And it's just like, bro, women, like, bro, let your man rub your feet, bro. Like, man,
Bro,
like,
I got Jalen. I got a question. I got a question. If your girl asks you to like say, can you rub my feet? But she got some toe up feet, corns, but like all it. Would you rub her feet? would you rub her feet?
uh,
And me personally, I hate feet. Like I do not
bro,
like feet. I don't even like my own feet. So I know my answer is gonna be an absolute no. But
bro,
what is your
bro,
what's your answer gonna be?
bro, we finna, you know what I'm saying? Like, depending on how long we've been together, how far we'd have made it, like if we like married or something like that, or if we just, you know what I'm saying, been together a year, I would, but like I'm gonna have a mask, gloves, some something, some scrapers, some soap, some dish detergent, some rim grade,
Okay,
something.
listen. This is my negotiation. I will, as long as you have some thick socks on. Have some socks on. Then I would consider it. Make sure you put you not them little thin where I can feel everything. No, I need you some thick Nike
Yeah.
Elite.
Elite socks, two of
Right,
them, two pairs.
right. That's what
Nah,
I
like
need you to have on.
like if her feet that bad, bro, like I'ma just have to sit there and I'm gonna be her spa for the day, and I'ma just have to work on the feet. We gonna have to we have to work on the feet, cause I can't let you go around here like this no more, baby. Come on, you can't walk around like this no more. I know it hurt. I know that bunion hurting. So like I would do that. I would like fix the problem. So I will have to I will have to deal with that. But
Oh
yeah, but
wow.
like men, bro, it's not bad to cater to women, bro. It's not bad to like rub her feet, but cook her some food, bro. Like it's not bad to do that, like because at the end of the day, y'all both doing that for each other. I feel like y'all just gonna appreciate each other even more. And it's just less problems, like because most of these situations and problems that people be having be petty because the man won't cook for because she been working out or something like that, like something like just crazy, something small and something petty. Like I said, bro, like the small things always build up to be these huge things, like
Oh,
so
I was on YouTube, right?
yeah.
And there was this couple. They broke up. But um this guy got into like an altercation with this guy, another guy.
Right.
And he went to his girlfriend and he was like, babe, come here. This guy tried to do this, this, and third. And they was like, I guess he wanted his girlfriend to know what was going on.
Right.
And I guess the girlfriend was like, I wasn't even there. Like, I don't know really what happened. Like, everything was like happening real fast. And he just wanted her to be on his side, essentially.
Right.
And I guess like come up the situation and talk to the other guy so I guess they can both like get on him. Like, oh, this my man. I guess he wanted his girlfriend to be like, oh, this my man. I'm gonna take up for him. Now, some people were saying it wasn't necessarily right for him to ask that of her to come into the situation because his beef was with another man. Like,
Right.
would you feel like why would you ask your girlfriend to come in the middle of a beef
Yeah.
that you have with another man? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I understand, like I can get that, but I feel like in certain situations, like if you have a ride or die kind of female, she's not gonna care who you beefing with. It ain't gonna be it doesn't matter if it's gonna be a male, a female, a child, like it doesn't
she going in.
a alien, it doesn't matter. Like I feel like if a girl is like really, really down for you, like one of them ride or die type of people,
Yeah.
she don't care.
Bro, I don't need that, bro. I'm gonna just put it out. I don't need that, bro. Don't be stupid because I'm stupid in that moment, bro. Don't be stupid with me. I need somebody to be smarter than me. Please be smarter than me.
Right.
Because I feel like it's cool to have a ride or die for certain moments, but when stuff hit the fan, bro, you need somebody smart that can
Calm you down.
Yeah, to calm me down, or somebody that if I do something dumb, like can work while work on the outside, make sure I'm what I'm saying, to get me free from any altercations or any holes I'm in. So I feel like a ride or die cool to a certain point, and then you ain't gonna need a ride or die when both of y'all in jail. What's gonna happen, bro? Nobody's out to help y'all. So I feel like ride it out's cool to a certain extent, like, but hey, don't let her ride and die with you. Let her ride, get out the car, and then get you out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but yeah, you got anything else to say? Like anything else to talk about? Any other topics, man?
No, not really. So we can just end it here. All right, JB Nation, thank you for rocking with us, and we out. Cue the music.
Sir.